नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरतुसे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्तकांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नीलाचला निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ठीक है, पी लेंगे, ठंडा हो जाएगा। Okay, so this is the most holy place of Srivas Angan. So Srivas Angan is one of the Srivas Thakur is one of the associates of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Panchatattva ka fifth personality. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivas. एंड आफ्टर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंदा, मतलब बाकी सारे गौर भक्त यानी चैतन्य महाप्रभु के फॉलोअर्स को डिवोटीज़ को मैं प्रणाम करता हूँ। एंड टुडे इज़ द मोस्ट ऑस्पिशियस डे ऑफ अपीयरेंस डे ऑफ श्रीवास ठाकुर। वी नेवर प्लान इट लाइक दैट ही विल कम टू श्रीवास ठाकुर's होम ऑन हिज अपीयरेंस डे। सो we'll hear one lecture.
Appeared in this world, he expressed a type of mercy which is unique and unparalleled. Although Lord Chaitanya is the essence of all avatars, Tava Avatar Sarasivamani, he is the crest jewel of all incarnations of the Lord. He played the role of his own devotee to teach us how in this age of Kali Yuga we can purify our hearts and transform our consciousness into Vrindavan, the spiritual world, while living in Navadvip for 1 full year. The Lord and his devotees would assemble in the house of Srivas Thakur to chant and dance throughout the entire night. What to speak of what type of kirtan performances they would have during the day. Vrindavan Das Thakur tells that just as Lord Krishna was born in Mathura but performed his most intimate pastimes in Vrindavan, similarly, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born in the house of Jagannath Mishra. He performed his most intimate pastimes in the house of Srivas Thakur. Lord Chaitanya not only played the role of his devotee to teach us good lessons, but he also taught us the most important subjects through his own devotees. Although Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Yuga avatar who has come to to teach us how to achieve the ultimate perfection of life through the chanting of the holy names. He empowered Srila Thakur Haridas to be the Namacharya. And with his own mouth, the Lord told us that he taught the importance of Harinam Sankirtan through Srila Haridas Thakur. Through Srivas Thakur, Lord Chaitanya taught us how he is so much conquered by the love of his devotee, and how anyone who is dear to his devotee also conquers his heart. This is a great mystery that only Vaishnavas can understand. Lord Chaitanya appeared as the Panchatattva. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasati Gaura Bhaktivinoda. And this Panchatattva plundered the storehouse of the treasure of love of Godhead and distributed the contents profusely without discrimination to the world. Within the Panchatattva, Srivas Pandit represents the Bhakta, or the devotee. So how Krishna revealed to the world the secrets of bhakti through his devotee. When Lord Chaitanya was living as the great Nimai Pandit, a scholar of Sanskrit, he was highly respected by everyone in Navadvip, because he was the most learned scholar. He already defeated Keshava Kashmiri, the Digvijay Pandit. In doing so, Nimai became the world champion scholar. There were so many people standing in line to become his student. But the devotees, headed by Srivas Pandit and Advaita Acharya, they simply prayed to Krishna that please deliver Nimai from this useless existence of scholarship and make him a devotee. In fact, one time, walking along the bank of the Ganges, Nimai Pandit came across Sri.
But it is only 5-minute lecture more. Please pay attention and hear. Okay. We'll discuss after that.
Srivas. And Nimai, knowing Srivas to be a great Vaishnava, actually offered his obeisances and took dust from his feet. And Srivas told him that this material world is full of nothing but temporary illusions. Why do you waste your precious human form of life in the pursuit of mundane knowledge? It is all useless waste of time. You should worship Krishna. That is the only truth. You should chant the holy names of Krishna. While the whole world was praising him as for such a great feat of learning Sanskrit scripture so well, Srivas Pandit was chastising him. He told him it's all a useless waste. And Lord Chaitanya, in respect for such a devotee, he said, thank you very much. Because you have blessed me, you will see that very soon I will take initiation from a proper spiritual master, and then I will worship Krishna also. The Lord wanted to show us that without the blessings of great souls, without the prayers of great Vaishnavas, beseeching Krishna to give mercy to us, there is no hope of our really receiving the mercy of Krishna. Very soon after that, he went to Gaya, accepted Ishwara Puri as his guru, and came back to Navadvip, displaying the most ecstatic symptoms of love of Godhead. It was the great joy of all the Vaishnavas when Srivas Thakur heard from Srimad Pandit that Nimai has now dove deeply into the ocean of love of Godhead. He doesn't lodge rhetorical, logical arguments anymore. He simply begs everyone to tell him about Krishna. Srivas Pandit was so happy that this is the prayer we've been longing for. And he spoke a Bengali verse, which means, let our family of Vaishnavas grow unlimitedly. So they understood he was a great devotee, but the devotees had not yet understood his true identity as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And one of the first revelations of this truth was revealed to Srivas Pandit. You see, the Lord and the devotees were having loud kirtans in house of Srivas Thakur, especially when Lord Chaitanya would induce the devotees to chant and dance. How loud was that chanting? How beautiful was that dancing? They just literally offered every bit of their devotional energies to the Lord through the process of chanting the holy names. Because this is what kirtan is. It is not a ritual. It is not simply a form of spiritual entertainment. Lord Chaitanya and his devotees taught us that kirtan is the means of attracting Krishna, the means of awakening love of Krishna. And for those who are pure, the ultimate means of expressing our love for Krishna by putting our heart, our soul, our everything into Hari Kirtan as an offering to the Lord. The philosophy of Krishna consciousness is perfectly managed by simply reading.
volume आ गया थोड़ा volume आ गया Okay, it's not coming so clear. Anyways, so after that Maharaj is telling how in the age of Kali Yuga people are not qualified to understand philosophy, they are not qualified to understand anything. So that is why Mahaprabhu gave this process of Harinam Sankirtan. And it started from this place. This is the center. Srivas Thakur is an associate of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and I'll discuss some small pastimes which showed that how great devotee is he. Like Maharaj was telling that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us many wonderful lessons through the life of different devotees. Like what he wanted to teach, he taught through the example of devotees. Like Haridas Thakur is Namacharya. So whatever is the glory of holy name, whatever Mahaprabhu wanted to establish, he showed through the example of Haridas Thakur. So Srivas Thakur was a Grihastha. He had appeared before the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and we heard that he was telling Mahaprabhu, "Arey, why are you wasting your life in all these useless things, in these material things, in this material knowledge? The goal of life is to love and serve Krishna." And Mahaprabhu is humbly telling, yes, because you have given me blessing, one day I will become a devotee of Krishna. And then when Mahaprabhu comes back from Gaya, then all the devotees are discussing together, "Hey, you have heard that Nimai has become a devotee. Now he is chanting Krishna's name. Nothing he is knowing. All the whole day he is crying and chanting Krishna's name. He is calling Krishna. There is some big transformation that has happened." Devotees are saying, "Really? Nimai Pandit has become devotee. Let us go and meet him." And then Nimai Pandit is saying that, "No, I am so unfortunate. I have offended all these devotees, and I am not a devotee. Krishna, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna?" And like that, Nimai Pandit will be talking, and all of a sudden he'll feel unconscious and start shouting, "Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna?" Then somebody said, Krishna is in your heart. Immediately Nimai Pandit will take and start tearing away his heart. And then Gadadhar Pandit will say, no, Krishna is there everywhere, he is spread everywhere. You can see Krishna. Krishna is in his name. And then the Nimai Pandit will get pacified. So, Mahaprabhu, when he becomes devotee, he comes to this place and he performs Harinam Sankirtan. So one day, what happens that Nimai Pandit tells, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells, call Dukhi, bring her in front of me. And devotees bolte, कौन है दुखी? Who is दुखी? कौन है दुखी? So Srivas Thakur बोलते my home maid servant is there. जो नौकरानी है लोग बोलते हैं maid servant. Her name is Dukhi. So then devotees say, okay, call her. Mahaprabhu is calling her. So Mahaprabhu calls her and tells, if from today onwards your name will not be Dukhi, you will be Sukhi. And who was this Dukhi? She was maid servant in the house of Srivas Thakur. And when all the devotees wanted to do Abhishek of Lord, so for Abhishek they wanted Ganga water. So what this Dukhi was doing, she was going to the Ganga Ghat, bringing water in pots and giving it to devotees. Please check and do Abhishek of Mahaprabhu. Please check this Ganga water. Please check this Ganga water. सब लोग अभी महाप्रभु का अभिषेक कर रहे थे, but सबको लाके गंगा वाटर कौन दे रहे थे? Dukhi was doing. She was not saying, हाँ मैं लेके आया हूँ अभी थोड़ा साइड ये मेरे को अभिषेक करना है महाप्रभु का. नहीं. She was serving all devotees. So Mahaprabhu noticed. Like sometimes we think in Krishna consciousness, जब तक हम कुछ सेवा नहीं किए और 4 लोग नहीं जाने और अथॉरिटीज़ को पता नहीं चला और तब तक थोड़ा अनाउंसमेंट नहीं हुआ, हरि बोल नहीं हुआ, सेवा हुआ कि नहीं हुआ उसका फीलिंग नहीं आता है. 3 बार this Prabhu has done such wonderful service, you will say 3 times Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. हाँ लगता है कि सेवा हुआ, लेकिन आपने कुछ सेवा किया, किसी को पता ही नहीं चला. You did some service, now you helped some devotee, you did some service, nobody came to know. You feel करे भाई मतलब हुआ कि नहीं हुआ पता नहीं चलता है. But Mahaprabhu, what he is showing, he is telling all devotees are there. He is telling you go and call Dukhi. Why? Because what is the role she has taken? She has taken the role of a servant of the Lord's devotee. So Mahaprabhu is acknowledging that this is the position where we have to be. If you want to get noticed by other people, if you want to get noticed by the people of this world, then you can come to limelight and do what you want to do and show how great you are. Which you can be great only for some time. Not everybody can be great for all the time. You can be great for some time, for some moment. Somebody is very popular right now. After 5 years, somebody else will be popular. So, but if you want to be popular and if you want to be great in the eyes of Lord, Mahaprabhu is teaching that we have to become servant of the Lord. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that because you are devotee, Srivas, I will deliver everyone in your house, including your dog. So even the dog in the house of Srivas Thakur got mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So being a big scholar, being a very knowledgeable person, being a very rich person, being a very beautiful person, being a very aristocratic person, all that will not help us to become devotee of the Lord. Why it will not help us? Because Lord only has given all this. सारा wealth, सारा beauty, सारा knowledge, सारा opulence किसके पास है? भगवान के पास ही है. अब भगवान ही सबको दिए हैं, तो हम क्या भगवान को दिखाएंगे? मैं आपसे 50 रुपये लेके आया, बोले देखो मेरे पास 50 रुपये. अरे तो मेरे से तो लिया, तो हमको क्या दिखा रहे हो? मैं आपको वो चीज़ दिखा के इम्प्रेस कर सकता हूँ जो आपके पास नहीं है. राइट? If you have all the thing, all the money, I take some money from you only and I show you. See, I have money. अरे भाई मेरा ही पैसा, मेरा ही beauty, मेरा ही opulence. So what Krishna does not have is, Krishna wants the love of his devotees. That is Krishna is Atmaram, Krishna is self-satisfied, but he wants the love of his devotees. So when he wants the love of his devotees, whenever devotees offer something to him with love, he accepts it. And for the Lord, his devotees are very dear to him, and more dear than devotees of the Lord, more dear to Lord are the devotees of Lord, his devotees. भगवान को ज़्यादा प्रिय कौन है? भगवान के भक्त. लेकिन उससे भी ज़्यादा भगवान को प्रिय हैं भगवान को भक्तों के भक्त. जो भगवान के भक्तों को तो सेवा कर रहे हैं, who are serving Lord's devotees, that is more dear to the Lord. So if you really want to become great in the eyes of the Lord, we don't have to become the servant of the Lord, we have to become servant of the Lord. That is the consciousness of a devotee. This is the consciousness that we have to apply in spiritual life. This is a little bit hi-fi thing what I am discussing. One way it is very simple to understand, but if you try to apply it, then you will realize that it's not so easy. Becoming Lord's devotee is not important. Becoming devotee of Lord's devotee is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered the tailor of Srivas Thakur, who was not Srivas Thakur का जो टेलर था, जो उसका दर्जी था, जो कि वैदिक रिलीजन को फॉलो नहीं करता था, कोई और रिलीजन को फॉलो करता था, उसको भी महाप्रभु ने मर्सी दिया. श्रीवास ठाकुर के डॉग को भी मर्सी मिला. Everyone in the house of Srivas Thakur got mercy because Srivas Thakur was so great devotee of the Lord. One day when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was doing kirtan, Srivas Thakur heard some disturbing sound in his home, and he just quietly went out of the kirtan, and then he went inside the courtyard of his house, and he found that the ladies in the house are crying, and he asked what happened. Then they informed him, "Oh Srivas, your son has died." As soon as Srivas Thakur heard that his son has died and everybody in home is crying, he said that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is doing kirtan and all of you should not make any sound, because if you make any sound and Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan will be disturbed, I don't want in any way that Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan should be disturbed, Supreme Personality of God's Sankirtan should be disturbed. If you make any sound and Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan stop, I will go and drown myself in Ganges. Then you can decide then you can shout as much as you want to shout. And then why anybody will shout after that? And then after that Srivas Thakur comes back again in the kirtan and starts dancing again. And nobody knows what has happened. After some time Mahaprabhu stops the kirtan. And Mahaprabhu says, "I'm not feeling the ecstasy today, like the way I feel every day. Something wrong has happened." And Mahaprabhu को तो पता ही है क्या हुआ है, what wrong has happened. And then devotees tell Mahaprabhu, Srivas Thakur's son has died. And Mahaprabhu hears this. Mahaprabhu comes to now becomes so much ecstatic, starts crying, "Srivas, you are such a great devotee of the Lord." And then he goes inside and he brings back that son, Srivas Thakur's dead son, back to life. And then he asks that boy, Mahaprabhu asks that boy, "Hey, why you have left Srivas? Why you have left such a wonderful family?" Then the child who had died, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Once more. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. So what we are discussing?
Srivas Thakur's
Son has died. And Mahaprabhu is saying, oh dear living entity, hey Jiva, why you have left this body and why you are going away from this place? Then he says, by the will of Providence, I had some time here in this family. I got good association of Srivas Thakur. Now I am moving ahead according to my destiny, according to what the will of the Lord. And then I was happy that I was born in the family of a devotee, and like that the child gives lecture. And then again the child becomes unconscious and again he dies. And then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the devotees, they do the final rites of the child. And then Mahaprabhu says, "Oh dear Srivas, how will I be able to live without association of all the devotees like you? ये श्रीवास, आप जैसे भक्तों को छोड़ के मैं कैसे आप लोग से दूर जा सकता हूँ?" महाप्रभु बोले. तो महाप्रभु दूर कहाँ जा रहे थे? हाँ, संन्यास लेने के लिए. So before taking sannyas, this pastime happens. Then Mahaprabhu, after that, Mahaprabhu leaves Mayapur and then goes to Puri, Katwa, and then takes sannyas. This was Srivas Thakur. One day Mahaprabhu asked Srivas Thakur, Srivas, whole day you are doing kirtan and you are a Grihastha, you have family, you have responsibilities. How your things are taken care? And this is for Srivas Thakur, it is not for us. Srivas Thakur says, if I clap my hands 3 times, 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3. And if what is required for my survival, if the Lord is not arranging, then even Mother Lakshmi will become bereft of all her opulence. अगर एक devotee is telling कि अगर I have surrendered my life to Krishna, और 3 बार मैं ऐसे ताली बजाया और जो मेरे को चाहिए तो अगर नहीं मिले तो फिर लक्ष्मी का भी सारा opulence चला जाएगा. Because he is saying that कि if I have surrendered my life to the Lord, why the Lord will not take care of me? मतलब 3 बार ताली बजाना मतलब क्या, कुछ नहीं करना basically. So if I am serving the Lord with all my heart and soul, then why the Lord will not arrange? The problem is that Lord will arrange, we should have faith. Essentially, we don't have faith, so better we arrange for ourselves and understand that it is mercy of the Lord. We are not prohibited to arrange for ourselves. We can arrange for ourselves, but when we arrange for ourselves, we understand that it is not by my endeavor it is coming, it is by Lord's mercy. And Srivas Thakur has that faith that it is arranged by Lord only, so why I need to endeavor? That much time I can do service to the Lord. Of course, there are other devotees also like Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Prabhupada, who fulfilled all the responsibilities. So it's not that this is high, this is low. The consciousness is more important. Dependence on the Lord is more important. So this was Srivas Thakur, and
Srivas Thakur got separated from Mahaprabhu after Mahaprabhu.
yes, all the devotees of Navadvip, they got separated, but they used to go during the time of Rath Yatra, meet Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, stay there for 2-3 months, and again come back.
उस टाइम जाना हम लोग को पहले बहुत बड़ा बात है जा रहे हैं. सिर्फ नित्यानंद प्रभु थे सर.
Nityan Prabhu went, yes. The other Pandit went.
They were so attached to Mahaprabhu, like how they
Yes.
managed to.
Survive because they remember the instructions of Mahaprabhu and they followed the instructions. Because association of the Lord is not just be willing to be very close with the Lord, or even association of devotees or spiritual master. It's not that we have to sit beside the spiritual master, then only we are getting association. We can associate with the Lord and His devotees through sound vibration, through their instructions, through their example, through their inspiration. So Mahaprabhu gave them service to stay here and preach. So they stayed here.
बट महाप्रभु को तो मतलब हरिनाम कीर्तन करने के लिए तो ये श्रीवास ठाकुर होते थे.
नहीं, वो तो पास्ट टाइम में पहले बोला डिवोटी बनने के लिए, उसके बाद तो देन श्रीवास ठाकुर रियलाइज करे ही इज ओनली द लॉर्ड. Oh, one pastime that's happened at this place, which is a very special pastime, is a pastime of Mahaprakash Leela. So Mahaprakash Leela was a pastime. Mahaprakash Leela was a pastime where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu openly showed that he is Krishna himself. And not only he showed and he accepted, but rather he told all the devotees, he come and offer me wonderful prayers. He called the devotees and told that, na. So one day Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came inside the temple of Srivas Thakur and removed the Shaligram Shila from the temple. Shaligram Shila is basically Lord Vishnu. So he removed the Shaligram Shila and he sat on the Singhasan, and then he said, offer me prayers, offer bhoga, do my abhishek. The Lord himself came in the consciousness of Lord, his real consciousness, and he told all devotees to offer him prayers. And devotees started offering prayers and offering bhoga and everything. That time, the Lord says, okay, go and call Sridhar. Huh?
Where is that?
This place. Huh. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So the devotees say, so the Lord says, call Sridhar. He said, devotee बोले कौन है Sridhar? बोले जाओ उस साइड जाओ. कोई हरे कृष्ण. हाँ? हाँ? राजापुर के पास इसका घर है. So yes, बोला एग्जैक्ट जो कहाँ पे जियोग्राफिक कोऑर्डिनेट्स हाँ महाप्रभु बैठे थे पता नहीं लगेगा. But this is the house of Srivas Thakur, and of course this is new construction, but this was the house. Anyway, so the point is कि then Lord calls Sridhar, and Sridhar is a devotee of the Lord who is very poor, so poor that even poor people will consider themselves rich in front of Sridhar. And in his home there will be so many holes, the hut will have so many holes, and his clothes will have so many holes. तो जहाँ जहाँ उसे धोती में कुर्ता में कुछ फटा है, he should make a knot and tie it. तो धोती और में कपड़ा में नॉट ही ज़्यादा था कपड़ा से, है ना. So and what he used to do, he used to sell banana products, banana leaves, mocha, है ना, थोड़ and the flower stems and everything. So banana का सब कुछ बेचते थे. एंड नवद्वीप में उस टाइम बहुत सारा बनाना का ट्रीज था, तो आप समझ सकते हैं कि उनका कितना सामान बिक रहा होगा. मतलब हर जगह का बनाना का ट्रीज है और फिर आप बनाना के सामान का बिजनेस करेंगे तो कितना बिकेगा. तो ही वॉज डूइंग दैट बिजनेस एंड वॉट एवर ही यूज्ड टू गेट 50% ऑफ इट ही विल स्पेंड फ्रॉम वर्शिपिंग मदर गंगा एंड रेस्ट 50% ही विल मैनेज हिज थिंग. एंड देन महाप्रभु एज माय पंडित विल कम इन टू हिज शॉप एंड से, अरे ये कितना का है, 10 रुपया, इतना महंगा क्यों, तुम तो लूट रहे हो. बोला अरे ये तो सबसे सस्ती, ही वॉज हैविंग द चीपेस्ट ऑफ द चीपेस्ट थिंग्स. एंड देन महाप्रभु से, नो योर प्राइस इज वेरी हाई, you are now having lot of wealth, you are making lot of money out of it, this is just cheating, you are cheating all the people around you. And Sridhar Kolavich is saying no, this is the cheapest, you go anywhere. He said no, then you go, then Sridhar Kolavich said ठीक है आप जाइए जहाँ से लेना है ले लीजिए. And if you are saying that it is so costly, he said no, I will take from you only. And then Mahaprabhu will snatch it and he will not give money. And then when he will snatch it and not give money, Sridhar Kolavich will see the beauty of Mahaprabhu of Nimai and he will forget to ask the money. And then, so this used to happen before. And then the Lord devotee, Mahaprabhu would tell devotee, go and call Sridhar. And devotees don't know. He said कि जाओ उधर उस डायरेक्शन में जाओ, वहाँ से जो भी हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र का आवाज़ आ रहा होगा कोई, तो उधर ही वही श्रीधर होगा. तो श्रीधर whole night he used to chant. And then people used to throw some food in his home. कह रहे भाई भूखा है, चिल्ला रहा है, भगवान का नाम ले रहा है, खा लो खाना लो और चिल्लाना बंद करो. But he used to chant the names of the Lord. So devotees go and tell him कि Mahaprabhu is calling. And then Sridhar comes. The Lord tells him, Sridhar, you have worshipped me so nicely. Please tell me, what do you want? Do you want to become a very rich person? Do you want to become Indra? Do you want to become Brahma? Or do you want one universe? Sridhar says, no, I don't want anything of my Lord. Don't tempt me by saying all these things. I want to just see the beautiful form of yours coming to me and bargaining me to take banana leaves, to take banana fruits. This is what I want. I want to remember that form of the Lord. So like that, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when Mahaprakash Leela happened for 21 hours, 7 pahars. एक दिन में 8 पहर होता है, तो for 7 pahars that happened, and one by one the Lord called all the devotees and he gave them special blessings. He calls Murari Gupta and tells, Murari Gupta, offer wonderful prayers. And Murari Gupta closes his eyes and started offering wonderful prayers, and he opens his eyes and then he sees Murari Gupta is Hanumanji. In Chaitanya Leela he comes as Murari Gupta as a physician. And when he opens his eyes, he sees that Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman, Ram Darbar is there in front of him. And then he looks at himself, his form is lost. Now he is having a form of a monkey and a tail is there beside him. And he offers prayer. And then Mahaprabhu tells him, you chant Krishna. Then Murari Gupta says, I cannot chant Krishna's name, my dear Lord. I can chant only Lord's name. So the Lord says, okay, theek hai. No problem. Because he's Hanuman. Then Lord calls Haridas Thakur. Oh, Haridas Thakur, you remember that when the Qazi had captured you and had given you punishment in 22 that you will be beaten in 22 marketplaces. Haridas Thakur Bhagwan ke ek devotee the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ke. He was born in a Muslim family. He is incarnation of Lord Brahma. So उनको जब हरिना वो जब चैंटिंग कर रहे थे तो काजी पकड़ के लेके आया उनको, बोला अरे आप तो हम लोग के धर्म के हैं, ये हिंदू भगवान का नाम क्यों ले रहे हैं?
तोड़ दिया था कृष्ण।
नहीं वो नहीं, वो दूसरा था, वो दूसरा पास टाइम है, वो भी इधर ही हुआ था. तो वो बोला हरिदास ठाकुर को कि आप हम लोग के धर्म के हैं तो अब ये दूसरे हिंदू भगवान का नाम क्यों ले रहे हैं? तो हरिदास ठाकुर बोले कि ना अरे इतने सारे हिंदू लोग मुस्लिम हो गए हैं, एक मुस्लिम अगर हिंदू हो जाएगा तो क्या दिक्कत है? तो बोलता है कि कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. Only thing is that if you want to chant the names of the Lord, of Hindu God, he will kill you. Haridas Thakur says, even if you kill and cut my body into so many pieces, all the pieces will chant the holy names of the Lord. And then at that time, he gives him punishment, कि you take this Haridas Thakur एंड टेक हिम टू द मार्केट प्लेस, गाँव के हाट में ले जाइए और इसको चाबुक से मारिए। एक हाट में ले जाइए, फिर दूसरा हाट में ले जाइए, फिर तीसरा बाज़ार, फिर चौथा बाज़ार, ऐसे करके 22 बाज़ार में लेके जाइए और मारिए। तो जनरल क्या होता था कि कोई चोर उड़ रहता था तो उसको ऐसा सज़ा दिया जाता था कि एक जगह लेके जाओ, उसको मारो, तो एक जगह चाबुक से मार खाएगा, दूसरी जगह खाएगा, तीसरी जगह खाएगा, 4-5 जगह के बाद आदमी मर जाता था इतना मार खाने के बाद। तो उसको 22 जगह का मारने का दिया गया था। 22 जगह मारने के बाद भी वो नहीं मरा। सो दैट टाइम, सो दिस पास्ट टाइम हैपेंड लॉन्ग बैक, and now when Mahaprakash Leela is happening, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, Haridas Thakur, you remember that you were beaten in 22 marketplaces. At that time, my Sudarshan Chakra came to kill all these people. But since when you were getting all the beatings of this king or all his soldiers, at that time you were praying. You were praying to the Lord, you were praying to me to forgive them. Haridas Thakur was getting beaten, but he was praying to the Lord, Lord, please forgive them. Oh Lord, please forgive them. They don't know what they are doing. And because of your prayer, my Sudarshan Chakra was powerless to do anything harm to them. Although the chakra would have killed everyone, but because you were praying, nothing happened to them. And then at that time, what I did, so that you don't feel the pain, I came myself and covered you from the back. And Mahaprabhu took out his uttari and then showed his back. And then he said, I took all the whips on my back to protect you, Haridas. And Mahaprabhu अपना पीठ दिखाते हैं और सारा जो चाबुक का निशान का दाग था वो महाप्रभु की पीठ पे था. Of course, Mahaprabhu came there that no one could see. But Mahaprabhu is revealing to Haridas. Then he calls one devotee called Gangadas Pandit. Gangadas Pandit? Gangadhar Pandit or Gangadas Pandit, I don't remember. So he tells you remember one night you were going with your family and some robbers started attacking you. They started running behind you and you thought, what will happen to me? And then you, by the running with you and your family, with your daughter and your wife and your children, you came to this river bank and there was no way by which you can escape from them. And you were fearing that now these soldiers will come, they will loot all the wealth, they will exploit my wife and my daughters. And then you saw one boatman and you called the boatman and begged to him and said, "Yo boatman, please take me on the other side of the river. I catch your feet, please take me, please take me." And then that boatman took all your family on that boat and took you on the other side of the river. I was that boatman who came there to help you. So Lord, in this pastime of Mahaprakash Leela, he called all the devotees and gave them special blessings and openly accepted how he is serving. Then one devotee was there. His name was Mukunda. So different devotees are different natures. No? Some devotees are soft, some devotees are strong. You कुछ बोलिए और तुरंत आपको रिप्लाई कर देंगे, बता देंगे क्या दूध का क्या रियलिटी है. उस डिवोटी को बोलिएगा, वो थोड़ा सोचेंगे, समझेंगे, फिर आधा घंटा के बाद बोलेंगे, है ना. एंड ऑफ कोर्स being soft, being hard, that is not the important thing. Important thing is to be Krishna conscious. So then devotee asked. So Mahaprabhu was one by one calling everyone. He called Haridas Thakur. He said, "Na." He told him this. I took that beatings on me. And Haridas, what do you want? You ask. You want to become Brahma? You want to become this? You want to become that? Sara options Mahaprabhu was asking. Haridas said, "I don't want to do anything. My dear Lord, if I get any birth next life, please give me birth in the home of a devotee. And even if you give me the birth of a dog, please give me a birth in the family of a devotee so that I can get the Mahaprasad of the devotees they eat. So if I am giving the dog in their family, I can eat the Mahaprasad." And then he says, being a dog in the house of a devotee, such a big thing I asked. What is my audacity, my Lord? How could I ask such a big thing? I am such an insignificant person. So like that the Lord was reciprocating love with his devotees, showing to the whole world how much his devotee love him and how much he loves his devotees. So while everyone was getting mercy like this, some devotees said, Mahaprabhu, you are giving mercy to everyone, but there is one devotee whom you have not given mercy. And his name is? No. Srivas Thakur also got mercy. So the devotee said that you have not given mercy to Mukunda. So Mukunda was one devotee of the Lord. He used to sing very wonderful songs. Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Ghoshadiga. So they have not given mercy to Mukunda. So Mahaprabhu says, Mukunda, never ever I'll give him my mercy. Never ever I'll give him mercy. He talks with me so nicely, but later he goes and stabs me from back. So why like that Mahaprabhu was saying? Because he used to talk very nicely with devotees. He was a devotee. But then what used to happen is that when Mukunda used to go and some Mayavadis used to catch him, the impersonal philosophers used to catch him. And they used to tell, कह देखो, ultimately भगवान तो लाइट ही है, ultimately तो हमको निराकार में मर्ज ही हो जाना है, उल्टा पुल्टा फिलॉसफी बोलते थे. So Mukunda didn't used to reply back. He used to hear. Because he was very soft, he could not argue. So Mahaprabhu became very angry. You are a devotee and you are going to Mayavadis, the impersonalist, and whatever they are saying, you are nodding your head. So what is this? So you are smiling in front of devotees, talking sweet words, and in front of the impersonalist. Impersonalists are the opposite philosophers. There you are not saying anything. So he will never get mercy. Then the devotee said, dear Lord, my dear Lord, everybody is able to hear? This is an important point. You see, all the devotees got the mercy of the Lord. But when everybody got the mercy of the Lord, they didn't feel कि हाँ हो गया, मेरे को तो मिल गया mercy, मेरे को तो महाप्रसाद मिल गया प्रभु जी, आपको नहीं मिला, अभी जाइए लगिए लाइन में देखिए मिल जाएगा, तो बचा हुआ होगा तो मिल जाएगा, देखिए वहाँ पे महाप्रसाद मिल रहा है ना, वहाँ पे महाप्रभु मर्जी दे रहे हैं, हमको तो मिल गया, मुकुंद आपको नहीं मिला. That was not the conscience of devotee. Devotees got the mercy, but devotees are praying to the Lord, please give him also the mercy. They are not satisfied कि हाँ मेरा काम बन गया. So a devotee is not someone who feels that I have got opportunity of Krishna consciousness, मेरा हो गया, I am happy. He wants to see that everybody becomes a nice devotee. Everybody gets mercy of the Lord. And especially the other devotees who are there with him, they should get mercy of the Lord. Like we are practicing Krishna consciousness together. And sometimes it may happen that some devotee may not practice something nicely because of some problem or the other. Somebody may become slack in his Krishna consciousness. तो हमारा ये consciousness नहीं है कि ना ओके ठीक है वो अपना भक्ति नहीं कर रहा है, वो जाने, हम तो कर रहे हैं, that is fine. ये devotee का consciousness नहीं है. Like I saw one advertisement. In that advertisement, I forgot क्या ad था. That they are showing that the children are running in a race. Some race competition is there and children are running. एक रेस का कंपटीशन चल रहा था और सब बच्चे लोग दौड़ रहे थे. तो क्या हुआ, दौड़ते दौड़ते एक बच्चा गिर गया. One boy fell down. Then the other boys were going forward, but when he fell down, the other boys saw him that he had fallen down. So they came back, they lifted him up, and all the boys crossed the boundary line together. उसको उठा के कंधा पे ऐसे हाथ डाल के साथ में लेके जितना लोग रेस दौड़ रहे थे सब लोग एक साथ फिनिशिंग लाइन को टच किए. मतलब क्या कि हम फर्स्ट नहीं किए, सब लोग एक साथ फर्स्ट किए. ऐसा होता नहीं है मटेरियल वर्ल्ड में, ऐड में दिखा रहा था. मटेरियल वर्ल्ड में लोग देखेंगे करे ये ज़्यादा तेज दौड़ रहा है, उसको पैर लगा दो, गिरा दो. वाई इज प्रोग्रेसिंग सो मच, ही शुड नॉट प्रोग्रेस, उसका टांग खींच दो, उसमें कुछ प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट कर दो. हमको फर्स्ट करना है, सब लोग को रास्ता में गिर जाना है, आई वॉन्ट टू कम फर्स्ट. Devotee doesn't have that consciousness. Devotee's consciousness is that everybody, all of us should serve Krishna. No first, no second, everyone should serve Krishna. That competitive mentality is not there in the devotee. So devotees are praying to Mahaprabhu, please give mercy to Mukunda. And I'm getting very disturbed when speaking. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,